What's up, Mike?
Hey everybody, Mike here, and today I'm going to show you how to tear down and clean the Glock 17 5th generation. Fantastic gun. I love it. It's got the tritium sights on it. It's a really good gun. 9mm. First thing we'll always do is a safety check. Nothing in there. Okay. So in order to release the slide, it's a little tricky. You have to put some pressure on here and then pull this little guy right here down. Okay. Just like that. The lower and the upper have been removed. So let's go ahead and we'll put that to the side for right now, and we'll clean the lower first. Use a hole punch to punch out the little pins here. And then this little guy should come right out. Still a little oiled from the last time I used it, so there we go. And then the trigger assembly is right there. And that's basically about it. That's the lower part all disassembled for this piece here. We'll set that to the side. That's the universal mechanism right there. And now this is always fun. You have to come in like an angle to release that. All right, so that's all taken down. There's a cloth here. I wiped the exterior, that's why this one's already a little bit dirty. Little ballistol cleaning lubricator. It's a good thing to clean your gun pretty often because you don't want the carbon from the gunpowder to build up on the gun, which will can cause some serious issues with the gun. Be careful on this. There's a little spring right here. If that comes out, it's a pain in the butt. Get back in. So that's the trigger assembly. That's all disassembled and cleaned. So now we can go ahead and put it back together. There's a little catch down in here that you have to put it in on an angle and push down at the same time. There it is. So that's reassembled. And gotta clean this real quick. That locks the trigger down. Alright, and now I'll give this a nice lubrication cleaning with this stuff. Just use a brand new toothbrush that I've used several times just to agitate anything that's in there. Because the gunpowder residue gets everywhere. Okay, so that's successfully agitated. Now I'll take the cloth, go in there and clean it. Okay, just double check it. Make sure you didn't miss any spot. You'll see some like shininess. Just go in there and rub it with the cloth. So that's cleaned. So we can go ahead and put that back together. When you're putting this back together, there's a little piece. If it's just off a little bit, you gotta like squeeze it together as you slide it in, and it fits perfectly back in there. And we'll put the lock back in. And we'll just clean the pin real quick. Sometimes this pin's a little tricky to get back in. So you put the hole punch in first to help guide the pin in. Okay, there we go. Much easier. Just make sure it's even on both sides. Oh, let's get a little bit too far. There we go. Okay. The lower has been completely disassembled and clean. That's it. It's that quick. So I'll just set this off to the side, and we'll work on the upper. Okay, so here's the upper to my Glock Gen 5 that we'll go ahead and tear completely apart to go ahead and clean it. First, let's go ahead and give it I always like to do it just a quick rub down. First step is to depress this and slowly take that off. We'll take that off there, and then the barrel just slides out. Like so. And let's go ahead and get these cleaned real quick. Just very little. Using a bore snake. I like to go one way and then go the other way with the bore snake. So now the inside is completely clean. You can see the rifling in there, which is always cool. Reminds me of that James Bond intro where he just looks down the barrel of a gun. Okay, so let's go ahead and just wipe the outside of the barrel real quick. Get the breech. Okay. Alright, so now we have the barrel cleaned. I'll just clean the spring real quick. Okay, so those are clean there. This one, you can see the buildup and the crud and stuff is all in here. And we'll take this completely apart. But let's first use the old cloth. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to go ahead and disassemble this section right here. Which can be a little tricky. There's you have to depress this little guy down here, so it relieves the pressure on the back plate, so this can slide forward. Then that's why I use the small punch. Get in here, and it's like that. Be very careful, because it is spring loaded. Two parts right here are on spring and tension, And then right here we have these little guys. There you go. So that's completely disassembled now, and we'll go ahead and clean it. We'll clean the slide first. Just a standard Q-tip. Clean versus not clean. Give it a little twist. Alright, so that's clean. Let's give it a nice wipe down with the clean cloth. Okay. Now we'll work on this. Brush it up. And this little spring can come out too. So now we'll put this back together. So you pop it in, line it up like this, press it down, so you can see it right there, and then this should just slide, pop in right like that, and you just let go, and now it's in place. That's it. It's a little tricky the first couple times. Just make sure it's perpendicular. This little piece here. And that's it. So now we'll go ahead and clean these right here. Same thing, these little springs can come off. Set that right there. They sell different back plates, which is kind of cool. I still have just the standard one on here. Now this is something you don't have to do every time, tear it all the way down, but you know, it's a nice little video to show you guys how to do it. And this little guy here, this is a little tricky. It's the firing pin right there. So you pull the little spring down. And there's these two little plastic guys. Like that. And like that. So there you go. There's the firing pin, all disassembled. This is something you do every now and then, but you know, if you're cleaning, you just want to learn how to take care of your gun. You know, best thing to do is learn every step, every little part, nooks and cranny. So just cleaning the springs off and the firing pin and the little plastic guys. Okay, so then to reassemble, the little slide goes on first, then the spring. So this part's a little tricky. To put it back on, make sure this part is all the way up like that, where that spring is really tough. There we go. So now you have the pressed. You put the two little plastic guys in and on. And there you go. And once we put these parts back in, this right here locks it in place. So you have to depress this and push it on at the same time. So you gotta go like this. Take one of your little punches. There we go. That's the pin, and yeah, that's it. Just like that. So that's all cleaned and disassembled and reassembled for this section right here. It's a little tough the first time you do it. So now we'll go ahead and reassemble the slide completely. There's two little notches right here on the spring. Make sure you put it on the second one. This is not what you want. You want it on the second little notch, like that. Now we'll go ahead and reassemble. That's it. All done. We'll just do a dry fire just to make sure. There you go. Third time's a charm. That's basically how you tear down and reassemble a Gen 5 Glock 17. If you liked the video and found it informative, then please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell in the upper right hand corner to get notified when new videos are posted. Thank you, take care, and see you next time.